Hey, what's up everybody? I want to go over combos in Marvel Tokon, teach you in about 2 minutes a universal combo that works with every character in the game, give you an example of how the combo system works, and just the general overview of combos in this game in less than 10 minutes, so let's jump in. First and foremost, this is a universal combo that every character in the game can do. There's a few exceptions. In the top left, I have some of the example characters. So you do crouching medium, stand medium, you do down heavy after, or you just jump right away, and then you do jumping medium, jumping heavy, double jumps, heavy, heavy in the air. This will spike them down, so it looks like this. Right? You call your assist after, cost one of your green gauges at the top of the screen. You run up and you do medium heavy, you jump again, and you do the exact same thing. The exception is, instead of doing heavy heavy at the end, you do your quarter circle back light, which will break the wall. And this is back quick skill. If you're not using any of the motion inputs in the game, you don't have to. Crouching medium, stand medium, heavy heavy, you spike them, medium, heavy, go back to the air, break the wall, right? You can learn this in 5 to 10 minutes, and then you know how to do a combo with every character in the game. Some of the exceptions are stuff like Dr. Doom. So his quarter circle back light breaks the wall, but he doesn't have that move in the air. He just can't do that. Magic is like this. Many of the other characters are like this. You just replace this with his forward quick skill, his DP and light, if you're using the motion inputs. Exact same combo as Spider-Man. You just change the ender to this. Now with Goblin, to my understanding, he doesn't have a way to break the wall in the air, unless he has glider, which is I'm pretty sure how it works. But instead of breaking the wall in the air, you just break it on the ground. Quarter circle back light. With Danger, she doesn't have a traditional dash, she has like a hover. Instead of going for a wall break, like where you run up, you have to like dash up like that with her hover dash instead. Besides that, you might have to change the normals around slightly, but this will work with every character in the game. You go practice this one thing, and you can now do combos with everybody. Now, let's reset. Most characters in the game, not all, but most, from full screen, can do a combo to break the wall, starting in the corner and going to the other corner. So Spider-Man, as an example, can do something like this, and break the wall from one side of the screen to the other. Did 22,000 damage, remember that. He has 140 super meter, you can see in the bottom left here. He started with 120. The thing in this game is, most combos, you always want to use heavy versions of special moves and your assists. The heavy version of special moves give you extra juggle properties, and they cost 25 meters. So you see I'm down to 95. So instead of doing this as a starter and breaking the wall with this combo with Spider-Man, right, which does 22,000, and you see it didn't reach there. If I change the starter to something like this, I now do almost 32,000 damage, so almost 10,000 damage more, which is pretty significant. And you see my meter, I started with 120, I'm ending at 114. So I'm almost meter neutral. It also is very useful because there's a combo like this, which is a little bit more difficult, but it does give Spider-Man a wall break. Almost. The problem with this, as you may have noticed, is that the combo gauge in the top left filled up all the way. When that combo gauge gets full and turns red, your next hit will blow out the combo and you won't be able to do anything after. If I replace the air web with the heavy version, watch what happens. Now the combo barely doesn't blow out. You can see in the top left, it's very close. And I get to do the whole combo and it does more damage, right? Heavy versions give you extra juggles and they freeze the combo gauge while hitting your opponent, so it doesn't increase it. The other thing about this game is when you wall break, as I mentioned, you gain back one of the green meters at the top. That's also important because I mentioned earlier on this universal combo that I taught you that this costs 1 green bar to do, right? The nice thing is by doing this combo, I gain a green bar back. So generally, it's optimal in most of your combos to try to use a heavy version of a special move because it gives you more combo potential, gives you more juggles. You're almost always going to build the meter back anyway. And the other thing is you almost always want to spend an assist. The assist will build back at the end of the combo, so just economically, it's free almost, right? The other thing about it is that the assist is very important for your combo gauge. So take a look at the combo gauge here when I call my assist, right? Here. You may have noticed the combo gauge doesn't even freeze. It goes backwards. So heavy special moves freeze it and assists reduce it. Those two things are how you do longer combos in this game, regardless of what character you are. So most characters in the game can do things where they like spike you down, they do a special move, and then they call their assist and they can loop it because you're doing a special move. It increases the gauge, right? And then you lower the gauge by using your assist. Does that make sense? As an example with Spider-Man, instead of doing like a grounded combo like this, and you shoot this and then you do this thing and it barely blows out the combo, I could start with the heavy version of this and then zip into the corner and do a combo off this, and it doesn't blow out the combo gauge. In fact, it lets me extend with stuff like this. I can use my assist, you know, I get all kinds of stuff. And I don't actually increase the combo gauge so much that I blow it out and I can do this big ender at the end. This is really nice, right? Because it gives me just barely enough to do this. The combo gauge is full, as you can see. So this is the kind of more advanced stuff. It's figuring out ways to use multiple heavy moves in a combo, using your assist to extend, right? Tagging into other characters as well. These are all things that will make it very easy for you to do more advanced combos. So at the very least, if I'm gonna hit someone with Spider-Man, you know, I better be spending one of these, right? And then spend my assist. So that way when I wall break here, right? I started at 120 meter. I end with 132. I spent one of my green bars. I gained one back. I'm doing way more damage and building almost the same amount of meter. And with each of the characters, you'll find different combos and stuff out there from other people that will help you figure it out. But if you don't know where to start, this is a good place to start. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any other stuff you're struggling with in this game, let me know, and I'll catch you guys next time.